The following video will have some specific kinds of questions you will see with percent word problems. The first one is going to be a discount question combined with a tax question. So consider you have to go out and buy yourself a brand new 60-liter shop vac, wet dry shop vac. And you go to the store and you see that the regular price is $199.99. And there's a display that says that it's 25% off. It's discounted 25% off. Let's figure out what the new price will be with the discount applied, and then we'll figure out what it'll cost to get you out the door because of tax. So discounts are very simple. They are, again, parts out of a whole. So if your percent word problem is set up accordingly, it becomes very ritualistic. 25% is the discount. The original cost is $199.99. You're trying to find out what 25% of $199 is. So you cross multiply and you divide as per usual. That part will be the product of $199.99. Multiply that by 25 and then divide it by 100. And what you're going to get, be careful with your calculator values because rounding can bite people in the butt. $49.99 and so on, 75. Now all money, whether you're told or not, must always be rounded to the nearest cent. That means if you round to the nearest cent, that 7 is going to round that $49.99 up to 50 even. Because the 99 is going to roll up to 100. Going to have the effect of making it $50 even. Now $50 is a discount. That's not the answer to the question. The discount is $50 off, so what's the new cost going to be? Well, the new cost is going to be a savings of $50. To figure that out, you take your original cost, $199.99, and take away the $50, and that's going to give you the new cost, which of course is going to be $149.99. That's the new cost, quite a substantial savings. If you are required to pay tax, and of course most places you have to pay tax, unless it's some kind of a tax-free day or something, you have to add tax onto that amount. Now tax is very much like a discount, except that where a discount gets subtracted from your original cost, tax gets added on to your your cost. Whether you have a discount or not, tax is always added on at the end. So I want to find the amount of tax. In New Brunswick, it's going to be a 13% tax. So I'll take my new cost of $149.99 and multiply that by 13, and that's going to give me the amount of tax. So cross multiply and divide 13 times your $149.99, then divide it by 100. So you get your calculator out, you do the math, you divide it by 100. The answer that you get is not going to be nice and neat. Because of rounding, it's going to be 19.4987. Because it's money, again, the nearest cent, the 8's going to round the 49 up to a 50. So $19.50, that's the tax. And unlike discounts, which get subtracted, tax gets added on. So the new cost of the item, $149.99, gets the added bonus of $19.50 in tax. You add that together, and that's going to give you your new total of $169.49. That's the cost to get the item out the door. So the first thing we did was we took the the discounted amount off, and then we calculated the new amount, took the 13% and added it on to get the value after tax. Now, some of you are used to doing tax a different way. I'm going to go to a new slide and address that. So say many of you from previous life would take $149.99, and you learned in school, perhaps, multiply that by 1.13, that's how you find the new cost. And that's perfectly fine. If you do that, you will get $169.49 again. And that matches our calculation from the previous page. If I go back over there and have a look, the only cautionary note I want you to have in your head about this is this. If in a question that I asked you for the amount of tax, you would have to go back and do another step and take the new cost at the end and subtract the original cost to get the tax back. So it's not that it's wrong. It's just to be careful what the question's asking you for. If I want to know the value of the tax, and you do the method of multiplying by 1.13, that's not going to give you the tax directly. It can easily be found, but it won't be direct. Second question, you have an option to buy a 9-drawer rolling cabinet. And that 9-drawer rolling cabinet has an original price of $1199.99. And now it's on for $699.99. And the question could be, what will be the discount? To find the discounted rate, like what will be the rate of the discount, we're also looking for what is the percent decrease in this question. How much did the value of the item go down? What was the decrease in the percentage? So to do a percent decrease question, what you're required to do is know a formula, which is the same kind of formula, but it's a bit of a tweak on the original formula we'll be using all along. Specifically, if you're looking for the percent decrease, then we're going to have to know what was the original cost of the item. The original cost, we know, that would in our case be $1199.99. The part in the formula is going to change to become the difference in the cost. The difference in between the two items. Be it a cost, be it a number of screws, be it a number of bolts, whatever it happens to be. So the difference in the number of item divided by the original is going to give you, in this case, the percent decrease by how much the value went down. So in our question, $1199.99 went down to $699.99. That's obviously a difference of $500. That's basically our part, called the difference. Now the original cost is $1199.99. When we do the math on this and find the missing percent, it's going to give us what's called the percent decrease. So 500 multiplied by 100, and then divide that amount by $1199.99. That will give us the value, which is a percentage. So get your calculator out, you're going to get 41.66666 repeating. So an exact value would be 41.7%, or if you were required to round, it could be 41, that should not be 41 points, it should be 41.6 repeating to make that look better and accurate. It should be 41.6 repeating. If we had to round it to a approximate value, it would be 41.7. If it was the tenths, it could be 41.67 to the hundreds, That's just an application of the rounding skills. So percent decrease, it went down by a value of 41, approximately percent in value. Let's just say you were watching the ads for the cost of a sharpener. Say you had your eye on some kind of a multi-purpose sharpener. And 1 week the cost was $50. And the next week it went to $79. And you were asked to find the percent of the increase. Your job was to figure out how much it went up by. Well, percent increase and percent decrease questions are solved exactly the same way, with a slightly tweaked formula. And the formula is the percent increase or decrease goes above the 100, like the percentage always does. On the left-hand side, we actually call the part the difference in value, or the difference in the number. In this case, it's money, so it's value. And the bottom always goes the original number. So in this question, the item went up by $29. 29 is the difference. The original is the $50. We solve for this. We're going to get the percent increase. So 29 times 100 is 2,900. 2,900 divided by 50 is going to give us a 58% increase. The item went up by quite a bit. Another common question in percent word problems are things about commission. So some people earn their living by working sales. And when they work sales, they get to earn a percentage of their sales for their salary. Now, some people have a salary plus commission, some people have just a commission. So let's just say this person worked at the Canadian Tire, which I don't believe they have commission, but we'll pretend. Let's just say that same item of the 9-drawer rolling cabinet was on for $69.99. And the sales fellow was able to sell 8 of them in a 2-week period. He sold 8 because they were on sale for a good price. And our job was to calculate how much commissions he's going to earn if he gets to keep 4% of his sales as a bit of a bonus. Our job is to figure out what would be his commission. The first thing we have to do is figure out what would be the cost or total sales for selling 8 of these drawer sets. So $699.99 times 8 is going to give us $5,500. $5,599.92. That's the cost for selling 8 of those approximately $700 kits. He gets to keep 4% of that. So our job is to figure out what 4% of that value is. So 4% is the rate. Commission rate is like any other rate. It's a part out of 100. If the amount of sales was $55.99.92, our job is to figure out what portion of that is equivalent to 4%. So we need to take 4 and multiply that by the cost of 8 of those sets, $55.99.92, and then divide that by 100. And that's going to give us a non-even number, but $223.9968, etc. dollars. Now, if we're going to round the nearest cent, the 68 is going to round, the 6 is going to round the 99 up by a penny. So the domino effect would make it $224 even. That would be his commission. And if you had a place where commission was a possibility, the more you sell, the more you make. And that's a little incentive policy to get people to sell more. The other kind of question you could see in a word problem would be, if I gave you the commission, let's just say I gave you, and I said in this question, our little fella here made $224 in commission at a 4% commission rate. What were the amount of sales? You would then work backwards, so to speak, or a different question altogether. You put your 4% up here. Say you had, they given the 224. Your job would be to find the sales. The sales are always going to be higher than the commission. Makes logical sense. One more video on simple interest.